I got the literature joints came up. That's the only way I'm streaming your joint. Say your joint up. No. Amen. Listen.
Put your joint on my page, dude. Like this.
Yeah, but you showing a vid. That's what's killing me on when I got it on your page.
You got it on YouTube.
Yeah, that's what I'm streaming on here.
That's what I'm saying. It's not showing on my Active Bar page.
Yeah, but it's not showing on the YouTube either. It's showing up on here, but on here, this is what it's showing. But on my computer, it's showing that. This is the same page I'm streaming from. What the hell is going on? That's crazy. How is the video coming up on the computer, but not on the feed? Looping. It's not showing that on here. Crazy. Yeah, now I just shut down now with the Renegades video. Is this an old episode I'm looking at? Oh, this. No wonder I'm looking at an old damn episode on your page. I thought I was hitting live stream on your page. Hey, this one say live now. That's the one I clicked on.
What's going on? What's going on, y'all? At the Bar Radio, we just about to get this started. We just pop in a little early. What's going on? What's going on, y'all? At the Bar Radio, we just about to get this started. We just pop in a little early. You gonna show me live on YouTube?
Now I got you on YouTube.
You do?
Yeah, that's this right here. That's the feed I got that I'm streaming now. Yeah.
You gonna show me live on YouTube?
I got you on YouTube.
You do?
Yeah, that's this right here. That's the feed I got.
Okay, that's it. What's going on at the Bar Radio? You know how we do. What's going on at the Bar Radio? You know how we do.
Still ain't work. Still can't get my Twitter joint working. I knew there was gonna be issues when we went for Periscope. Always fuck up shit.
What's going on? We waiting for our guest Honey Sacks to get on. What's going on? What's going on? We waiting for our guest Honey Stacks to get on. What's going on, CP3?
Ain't nothing, man. You know, another day in the life, grilling, chilling, podcasting, and sipping.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, another day on the grill. Beautiful day outside. So, you know, do some steaks, some burgers, some dogs, you know, just a little something, something. Now we got another great show for you. You notice we missing, you know, Miss Lady Antoinette. She's, you know, recuperating. Know she's probably watching, so, you know, hope you get well soon. Said she's going to try to, you know, make it in next week. We'll see how that goes. I'll be picking her up, so she already said she's a little scared, but hey, we're gonna make it here in one piece. That's all that matters.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I gotta go to work, so you know I might be rushing a little bit, but you know we should be here safely, you know, on time. I make it every time, so we should be good. But you know, just trying to sell some cars, you know, do some things, make some transitions in life right now, man. You know, life is real interesting, man. You know, it's a lot of distractions and ulterior motives and you know sideways logic and thinking that people have. And it, you know, sometimes it throws me off, but you know, that's what life is. Sometimes it's complicated, but it's simple. And you just gotta simplify things. That was just my early show nugget of knowledge, you know, for anybody that's listening.
That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Well, we got kicked out of the bar for win the basement.
Yeah, so no telling what might go on.
So it's all. It's all. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. It's all CP3. Well, we got kicked out the bar. He got us kicked out the bar.
Man, it happens sometime, man. You get to some of those rowdy folks coming in, man. You gotta, you know, prove a point, let them know this ain't this. This is our bar, not your bar. So, you know, we're going under construction, got some things going on, so stay tuned. You know, we have a new at the bar coming to you soon. Got to get the permits and everything. You know how that is.
Definitely. Anything happen interesting in sports?
I didn't really want to get into it, but you made a good point. I need to pull his name up. Ex NFL player. Doesn't it always happen like that? That I can do and get the name up when we go over sports later on. Ex NFL player.
Give me 1 second, honey stacks. Hello? Give me 1 second. What's going on? What's going on, honey stacks? We good. Honey stacks is in the building.
What's going on?
What's going on? He's my other co-host CP3. He on the line with us.
How you doing tonight?
We good. Honey Stacks is in the building.
I'm doing great. We was threw some food on the grill. We already started sipping a little bit early, so yeah, we gonna have a great show tonight.
Yeah, originally I wanted you to come out because on Sundays during the summertime we like the grilling podcast.
So yeah, we gonna have a great show.
But I know you doing your thing with the rap beat and you know so you know we got to literally you're doing an interview with us and then then you're doing an interview right after that. So for those that don't know, this is Honey Stack. She's been grinding for a long time. She actually rhymed on one of my favorite beats by Coogee Rap, Road to the Riches. I heard like several years ago when me and GOP, God bless his soul, when we doing True Radio at the hub at like 1:30 in the damn morning.
Yeah, GOP love Coogee Rap.
So, and she's not just a rapper. She's also the host of the Rap Beat, which she reviews people's music, and And then she's also an actor. She's been in the play The Wire out in Baltimore.
Oh, okay.
You know, she's a mom, she's a hustler, she's a grinder. So we're gonna get in the Honey Stack story. Before we even get this started, we know we just have to talk about DMX real quick.
Definitely have to.
And I'm gonna let our guest go first. She's been doing a lot of great things to celebrate this man's life. The other day, just vibing off his music and everything. So, what you got? Say what you got to say, Miss Honey Stack. The other day, just vibing off his music and everything. So, what you got? Say what you got to say, Miss Honey Stack.
And I think that the world is like, just now realizing how spiritual DMX really is and was. And that's what made me interested in him growing up, was that I knew that he always prayed before his performances. He always prayed before he did battles. He just was a praying man. And for me, that's what made me like him. I mean, his music was after I realized, like, how important he was, because, biblically speaking, like, Jesus, he did use, sinners and people who had, who weren't living so-called right to do miracles. And that's all throughout the Bible. And DMX knew the Bible inside and out. So, I think that what people need to take from all of this is that this man was just like you and I. He was a human being. He was humble. He was more of a giver. And that's the image that I want people to take, other than the fact that he had, addiction. Addiction is to drugs is serious, and that is just not all that he was about. When you reach success so quickly after not having, and having no one, his mom took him to the group home and was like, oh, if we're just looking at it, his left there, and then he had to, pretty much protect himself from adults and other things that was going on. I mean, to reach the height of success when he did, he really didn't realize, how much he had going on. So I mean, my relationship, DMX is my favorite male artist. I'm not saying that because he died. I mean, he followed me from the time I went on Facebook. It was something I posted. Who my favorite male artist was in 2015, DMX. I mean, so people can get to know who I am. I mean, I've always been his number one favorite.
That's nice. That's nice. It's starting to sink in. I guess it took a little while longer for it to sink in because a lot of his music that when he was in the height of his career, I was going through a kind of a thuggish phase myself, so I kind of related to it real well, and I was just been listening to old tracks and remembering and reminiscing about some of the stuff that I was doing, good and bad, good and bad.
More bad than good.
Look, man, we all have past, man. We all have past. But remembering and reminiscing about some of the stuff that I was doing, good and bad, good and bad.
More bad than good.
Look, man, we all have past.
And that's how much respect he had with me.
No doubt, no doubt. It was it's just starting to hit home that how great of an artist and lyricist he was, going back and listening to it, because I've been listening to other stuff and haven't really listened to his catalog in a while. But just over the last few days, I've been going back and listening to some of the tracks and the lyrics and just the storytelling. And he was one of the great ones, definitely.
Definitely. For me, I speak about with DMX because what's real about him is, and people don't understand, because I have, and we all have it. There's people in our family that deal with addiction. For me, my grandmother Virginia, God bless her soul, was an alcoholic, and she was a drug counselor, but she battled addiction all her life. Addiction is something that you just don't complete in 30 days. My grandmother Virginia, God bless her soul, and it's something that stays with you, and it's something that you have to fight, like every day. And this is a man who was tricked into smoking crack when he was 14. That's a fight, and that's a daily fight. And he was done wrong by a person who he trusts, who was mentor. Like when he told the story, it broke my heart. And when people judge him on his addiction, it's so crazy to me because they wouldn't let him have the stuff that he do. He's one of those type of guys who literally give you the shirt off his back, and he be cold so you could be warm. You know, there's stories about him doing music with people, not really charging, for features and stuff like that, just because he just wanted people to win.
Mm-hmm.
And for real, let's keep it honest. He talked some really thug shit, but then don't forget he prayed on record all the time. If you're gonna talk about it, talk the whole story, because some of y'all don't pray at all. He made it okay for a thug to pray. He made it, I am human. And he was really street.
Made it okay for a thug to pray. He made it, I am human.
I mean, that's true. But overall, he did so much that I hate when
That's true.
The media tells our stories and they try to put such a negative light on our stories.
He did so much that
when Michael died, they brought up everything in the book. When Prince died, they just searched until they found out something negative. When David Bowie died, they ain't say shit about all the stuff he done did.
When Michael died,
It's sad and sickening, but like I say, we used to it. It's what they do, especially with our,
But
folks.
we will do our best always to honor this man.
No doubt.
Talk about the amount of love that was shown. That the Rough Rider Motorcycle Club came out there to show love. All those fans that came out there to show love. And the courage of
talk about the amount
of being vulnerable.
that the Rough Rider Motorcycle Club came out there.
That takes a lot of courage for people to see your vulnerable side. I don't want people to see that shit.
And
I'll be honest.
the courage of
I like being a super villain. I don't want to be a super villain with tears. But that takes a lot of courage to do that.
see your vulnerable side. I don't want people to see that shit. I'll be honest.
So
I don't want to be a super villain with tears.
I just want to get that out there. God bless the dog. May he rest in heaven forever. I just get tired because I hear, the whisperings and
God bless the dog. May he
the people want to just say the negative stuff, and
I just get tired because
we gotta do better. We really gotta do better. Because sometimes it's not even coming from the white media. Sometimes it's the black people that are sending texts and saying the craziest thing.
We gotta do better. We really gotta do better.
It ain't sometimes. It's a lot of times.
From the white media. Sometimes it's the black people that are sending texts and saying the craziest thing.
Praying for them, that you're not praying for your whole family, and
It ain't
people to understand that. We're praying for DMX because we already accepted that he has addiction because he put it out there himself. And so we just want to see him win. And it's not so much that we just, don't take care of our own families and leave them on the street and don't take care of them. With addiction, and since you had a grandmother, you can honestly agree that when people are not ready to change and stop getting high, they're just not ready.
Yeah.
And there's nothing to do. You can sit there, put up all the money and put them in a rehab, and they'll leave that. And as an adult, you can't, unless this person is, a homeless, there's nothing you can do until that person is like, look, I'm ready. I need to be clean. So, we went to, and try to do everything until that person was ready. There was really nothing we could do.
Yeah.
Yesterday that I knew, and that could have been my family. Like, you know what I mean? They OD.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, the crazy thing about that Honey Stacks is my grandma was a drug counselor. She dealt with other people's addiction.
So yeah, the crazy thing about that Honey Stacks is my
Yeah, but she
grandma was a drug
couldn't.
counselor.
But you know, alcohol was her addiction.
She dealt
She helped
with
many of
other
people.
people's addiction.
She saved many a lives. But her demon,
Yeah, but
she couldn't beat.
alcohol was her addiction.
You know,
She helped
and
many of people.
it to the point where she wouldn't even eat, but she would take drinks.
But her
And
demon,
it does a lot to the family and stuff. So, you know, I hate when people put these stupid ass memes out and these holier than thou memes, or they just want to find a way to, you know, to put a person down. And you know, when you putting a person down like that, you know, and you're quoting Bible scriptures, obviously you need to reread the Bible because you don't understand what you read.
put a person down, and you know,
We all know negativity is always going to be publicized and talked about more than any positive thing. So, you know, I just don't pay it no mind. I don't pay it no credence. I just keep it moving because you're going to have ignorant folks saying ignorant things no matter what. And by engaging in conversation, just it's going to make it worse because it's like talking to a brick wall. It ain't no point.
Definitely.
By engaging in conversation, just
So I mean, you know, we definitely had to talk about that. But now we want to focus on Honey Stack. You know, what you got going on? How'd you get your origin? And we definitely got to talk about the rap because I know we don't have you for a long time because you got to get ready for your own stuff in about another 30 minutes actually.
What you got going on? How'd you get your origin? And we definitely got to talk about
go
the
ahead.
rap because I know we don't have you for a long time because you got to get ready for your own
So
stuff in about
from the beginning,
another 30 minutes.
how'd you get started in rap?
Go ahead.
What part of the Bronx?
From the beginning, how'd you get started in rap?
Where I'm from, 224th and Broadwood. But most people, there's a famous skate rink called Skate King. So I'm up there, Allison Avenue, Gun Hill Road, you know, that area. So basically, where Terrell Hicks is from Belly, we obviously played alongside DMX.
Okay.
He also. So basically, my brother was rapping. He had a group called Freedom Harbor. And I would just listen to Johnny and Wayne and being from rapping. You know, I rap, but I was from the younger with my brother, my sister, and me and my younger brother. So it was like I was too young to be around them. We don't really have company. So basically, what I would do is I would sit close to the doorway of my bedroom and just be so impressed by this rap. And I started making my little raps of my own, and everybody used to think it was a game. You know what I'm saying? You know, because when you're doing something, you know, they don't look at you like, oh, you really can rap. So as I got a little bit older, I started going out to the top of the block. So back in the day, people just be beatboxing and rapping out in the street. So I just would battle whoever and so there's a cycle going on, I'm in there. You know, and then all of a sudden, people started hearing, you know, well, you know, she ran too. At that time, I used to call myself Tiny T.
Tiny T?
Tiny. Tiny T.
My black and you know, I was just so fascinated by the amount of jewelry he had on, just who he was. So that just kind of motivated me to rap. And then I fell in love with MC Light.
Light is the Rock was my album.
My favorite female rapper. That's basically how I started rapping, was listening to her and just I even thought
My album.
just to be try to get her head.
Did you have a Jetta?
It was
Did you have a Jetta?
Like to wear hair. And then I went to IS-180 Schoolyard in New York City, and I majored in drama and acting and dance. And I just kept writing and writing and writing. And I was in a video, Shinehead Video Family Affair. And I just those things.
You was in Shinehead's video?
Yeah, it's called Family Affair. Yeah, I had on my little signs, my Levi jeans. He said that in my neighborhood. So, you know, just being around, seeing New York, you know, you can just be walking and somebody's baby is around. Nobody is like starstruck. So, you know, it just made me just feel like I can actually, you know, do this. And then I just kept rapping, and my brother pretty much stopped rapping, and I just kept rapping. And I decided, fast forward, I decided that I needed to, you know, get out what was in my heart. And I was, you know, when I was going through something, being a single mom or just the struggles of life of a female. And I decided to write a song called It Ain't Easy. Matter of fact, I was battle rapping. I would actually go win shows. So I would go to a lot, I would enter myself to a lot of talent shows. And I would always win the show or come in the top 3. I never lost a talent show. I had stage presence. I knew how to, you know, engage the crowd. Attribute is being able to get the crowd feeling me. I was in ATL, and when I was in ATL, me and my mom was in the hotel, and I looked at the section of the club out there, and everybody was over. You would have to stand online, sign up to stand online if you wanted to perform. And I didn't know nothing about it. I just heard about it. Somebody was like, you can look this up, right? So I looked it up. And I asked my mom, I was like, hold me to this rap thing. Out of all people, I'm asking my mother to come with me and hang out in the club for rapping. And she said, sure. So we went. I stood online. It was like about 50 people out there. And I remember this guy named Steve came up to me. He's like, well, what you gonna do? And I was like, I'm a rap. He was like, you gonna rap? Because when people look at me, they automatically think I was singing. You know what I mean? They didn't really think I was gonna rap. And all the females that were gonna talk to me was just like, I'm singing, and the guy was rapping. So I went inside the club. I got in there, and then when I got on stage, I did my debut song. And shout out to the Mason Studios because Jason Brand is the producer of the track. I told him I wrote this song to BMX Flippin', and he didn't have he was like, well, you want to have your own original beat. He was like, so that if you want to play this somewhere else, you're going to have to get rights and everything. They was like schooling me, like I was learning all this, but people just genuinely caring about me and making sure I was, you know, doing everything right. I had no idea about music business whatsoever. So, a few beats, and got the beat. And it was just like, well, similar to, it actually fit. Every word fit to that beat, so I felt like that was definitely, so that's the song that I did, ATL, and everybody in there was, and it's on YouTube, it's back in, I think, 2015, Honey Stacks, It Ain't Easy. It's on YouTube. It's the first time I ever performed live doing like a song that I recorded, and you'll see how the crowd was engaged with me. Like the song was so real, and you know, a lot of people, you know, was really, really, you know, supportive. They really liked it, and then from there, I just kept writing it, and now I have the show, and I'm, you know, trying to build a platform for my own music out there as well.
That's it's a beautiful thing, the transition and realizing your passion and your love just because your brother started and you know, you felt like you could do the same thing. He gave it up, but you still had a love and passion for it, and then branching off into podcasting to, as you say, promote your own brand, which is one of the same things that I do. I have a sports podcast and an apparel line branched off of that. and it's just good to see, you know, folks doing, you know, we have folks that copy what we do, but it's good to see folks finding their own way and doing their own thing and finding a way to adapt to the new and changing market and to get themselves out there and, you know, to get that opportunity to make it big, because it just takes that one right person to hear it, and as long as you're ready for that opportunity, sky's the limit.
That's right. Thank you.
Get that opportunity to make it big.
And shout out to my manager,
One right person.
Over Martinez.
As long as you're ready for that opportunity.
He's been working with me now over 5. And, you know, him and I sit back and we talk about how, you know, we were going to do the rap beat years ago. But because I decided that I had to do my thoughts, you know, part of this is investing in yourself. So raising, you know, kids and, you know, and all of that, I didn't really have the income. So I had something to, you know, get more money. I decided to take a break. I mean, I ain't do no rapping. I might have did a couple plays here and there, but to keep myself out there. But for the most part, I was in high school and became a dental hygienist. And now I'm able to afford everything that I need, you know, and now I'm not struggling. And if I have to buy a beat, no problem. I don't have to worry about trying to talk to people and tell, you know, get me a beat. Or, you know, I remember this one guy who, he is a famous guy, I'm not going to say his name, but he was like, yeah, you know, give me some beats. I've seen all of that. And I will never, ever disrespect myself, sleep with nobody for no beat. So a lot of that type of stuff happened to me. I had a guy tell me some beats. And, you know, when you're in this business, people will try to rip you off. That is part of being, you will be ripped off in some kind of way. And I remember giving this guy $100. This is somebody else. For the beat. And when I got some of those beats, some of them were 30 seconds, some of them a minute. I mean, they weren't even finished. And I said to myself, you know what? I'm not going to get nobody to beat this man up or do anything like that. I'm going to let him have that $800, and I'm going to show him better than I can tell him.
You better
people
than me. 800, he might have got at least a leg broke.
Yeah, I think we had to pull up. We would have had to pull up. Yeah, I think we'd have had to pull up for that 800 because, yeah, it's crazy, you know, that
but
folks.
You know what? You understand that sometimes you got to high power handle type thing. Because I'm not
it's crazy, you know.
I could have hit that. But at the end of the day, what more pleasure will I get him watching me be successful, and he's sitting back, can't even talk to me, and I can't even help. So he might help, and I might help, and he can't even reach out to me because he's a highlight for 800.
That's true. I mean,
I agree.
Sometimes you just gotta, you know, you gotta leave the past in the past, and you know, when you know that you built for bigger purposes, you know, head towards your purpose.
That's true. I mean,
It's hard though, because I be petty.
sometimes
Yeah.
you gotta be past.
I be petty.
Yeah, true.
I was the
that,
type of
true
person, when I broke up with a girl, man, I'd take my pictures back when I was in high school.
It's hard though, because I be
Patty.
that. Sometimes you got to be
Yeah.
that way.
petty.
I'm petty.
I was the type of person when I broke up with a girl, man.
So anyway,
when I was in high school.
I decided to relaunch the rap beat when I got out of school, and that's what we're doing now.
Petty.
The idea pretty much started out with me supposed to have a DJ, a dancer, and co-host. I might do that later on, but right now, this takes a lot of time, and everybody is not dedicated the way you could possibly be dedicated.
So
I don't want to depend on them. Just want to go ahead and get it done.
So let me tell you something about this, especially in this podcast. Like, you can't wait on no man, and people aren't going to be able to match your dedication and spirit. they'll see your
Let
hustle,
me tell you something about this.
and you just gotta be really selective of people you allow near you with that energy. Like, it's just funny because CP3 does has his own podcast, Sports on the Hill. And truthfully, we wound up just doing the show together because he was just coming over grilling one day. We just wound up
Yeah,
doing
we
the
just ended
show.
up doing the show.
And, and now it's he's a very integral part of the show. But our energies match on our hustle and our grind. There's some people who I've known longer than CP3 that don't even give me half the amount of time or half the amount of energy that he puts into the show. So it's just
there's some people who I've known
you're gonna go through things with people when they see it, they like the glitz and the glamour. They're gonna be about it. And then when they see the work, they're gonna dip.
Absolutely.
Because this is work. Like that's what people don't understand. It looks fun. We drink, we have fun, we grill, but they don't realize that I've been up since 3 this morning. I did an 8-hour job, and then I had to come home to set some stuff up.
No.
Right.
There's times that CP3 does his thing, and he's coming over, and he still may want to grill for some strange reason.
Hey man, you gotta fire the grill up on a beautiful day, dog. I'm
He's trying to
sorry.
fight the grill up in the snow. I don't understand that shit.
Hey man.
But he'll be like, still, so we can still get into the show, and then he has his own feed, and it's a lot of work that people that people don't understand what it goes into behind the scenes.
But he'll be like,
Everybody wants the glamour and glitz, but don't want to put the hard work in. It's us that put the work in that make it look easy. But when folks realize the hard work that goes into it and the consistency, that's the biggest thing, the consistency and the quality of your product. And as long as you can keep those things up, you're going to be successful no matter what.
Yep.
Definitely.
That's the biggest thing, the consistency and the quality of your product.
So, what is your Mount Rushmore of music?
You're going to be successful no matter what.
What's your Mount Rushmore of music?
Definitely.
What does that mean?
Your top 5 dead or alive.
What is your Mount Rushmore? What's your Mount Rushmore music?
So is this male and female?
It's yours. You can say whatever you want.
Okay, so DMX, Mary J. Blige, Biggie, Lauryn Hill, and MC Light.
It's yours.
And who?
Say whatever you want.
MC Light.
MC Light. Okay.
That's an impressive.
That's an impressive
That's a
catalog.
very impressive list.
I can't even say nothing slick.
Yeah, that's that's all in my wheelhouse right there. So I
I mean,
feel
come
all
on,
of
people
those.
on my list. I can't
Yeah,
even say
so
nothing
I'm
to be like,
like,
well,
okay.
why this person? Why that? I already know the answer.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
You just suck the fun out of it. So what do
I
you?
mean, these people are paved the way and made me who I am. I mean, I have other people that I do take plans. I love them, you know. That's my favorite group. Same thing.
So who are you interviewing today for the rap beat?
Her name is Naboo, and she is a singer from Louisiana. Yep, and she right now has a song Being With You, and Neo has played her song a song story.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So one, I'm gonna say like anybody who's a fan of At the Bar that's with us on IG, YouTube, Twitch, and all that other stuff. If you're on Facebook, go to the Rap Beat page and and basically invite yourself, become a member. There's a lot of good things going on. Honey Stacks is doing a lot of good things. She got Freestyle Fridays. You have what was it? Trap music. Was it
Trap House Thursday.
Trap Out Thursdays. Okay. What was that on Saturdays?
Beat Battle.
Beat battles.
Saturday.
Beat battles on
Yeah,
Saturdays.
Yeah, that's what my producers. Let's put the tracks up there that we think you hot. Let's see what you got.
So because a lot of people be talking all this shit online. I just want to see what's really good.
I might gotta send some of my tracks in. Shit,
Okay.
I might gotta. So I do a little, I do a little dibble dabble and making some beats here and there. I might gotta submit some of my work and see what happens.
So yeah.
Oh, and what you got Wednesday is my DJ.
And for DJ.
Oh,
So
okay.
she's covering all the elements.
Yeah.
I might gotta submit some of my work and see.
So
Nice, nice.
and you know, we are definitely at the bar supporting the rap beat, and we're supporting Honey Stacks and the whole movement and stuff like that.
We support.
And then and likewise, you know, y'all support us back, and we're proud. You know, E supports us, and you know, Honey Stack supports us. They and you know, they're doing good things, and these are the people who we partner up with. And you know, Honey Stacks is in the middle also. She's going to be doing a rap beat podcast. She's also like for real, even before it started opening up, she was at a club talking about the Rap Beat magazine and doing showcases. I be watching. So, like, I be like, damn, there's some good stuff going on.
Talking about the Rap Beat magazine.
So if somebody wants to join, all you have to do is go to Facebook and go to the Rap Magazine and TV show.
The Rap Beat magazine and TV show. It's on
Yeah,
Facebook.
and they're two different things right now. I kind of want to get enough members and you know, until the rapping takes off, because the magazine will be, we feature our artists' bio, their picture, and their social media contact, so that we can, you know, let people know who the author is. And that'll be a magazine. And then obviously the show will be with myself interviewing and doing other things.
Okay. All right. Bet. Well, we have to get you up in the studio one of these days when you ain't got a show, when CP3 during the summertime is grilling and chilling.
Yeah. That's some good food on the grill.
We have fun out
Well,
here.
help mine, right now I am doing I'm working on a new EP. So I'm on song number 2. It's obviously taking a lot longer than normally with so many things, but I'll have to do music very soon. And my producer for this album is Cartier the God. He was the DJ for J from Oxford. So we do tours and do that.
Okay.
So that you're gonna look out for that EP.
So we definitely want to get you up in here, because I definitely you know, we love to you know, give you a mic and you can actually perform and eat and drink and be married with us.
Right. I love to eat.
Oh, well, you coming to the right place.
But I eat chicken and fish.
All right. We always got some good salmon on the grill, so you can eat some of the salmon.
Yeah.
I mean, CP3 come over here and he'd be on the grill and he'd be like, you would think that he would have a whole family cookout, and sometimes it just be us too.
Hey man, you gotta. I mean, I just get in the mood to grill, man. You know, a couple of good, some good steaks, some burgers, some dogs. You know, and some bratwurst between, you know, 2 people. That's a nice meal.
This dude wants to come over in the wintertime and like grill.
Hey,
Like it's snow. He's like that.
definitely don't. Oh, Lady Antoinette just chimed in and said that she's gonna get you drunk when you come through.
Oh Lord.
That's what she do.
So our other co-host, Lady Antoinette, is the queen of the distilleries. She is the queen of the distillery. She, you know, she comes in here buying liquor we can't pronounce sometimes.
But we can drink it though. And it be getting a little wild in here, you know.
Well, we definitely gonna come through and have you perform and you know, just have some fun. Like, you know, we actually especially when it's all 3 of us, it's really crazy. This is a really toned down show right now. When it's all 3, it's like
Lady Antoinette ought to be starting stuff. She ought to be starting stuff. Be picking on me.
Oh Lord.
Hey, she ain't here, so I can get away with it now.
Lady Antoinette, I know you're listening. CP3 is crying victim right now, and he's saying that you're picking on him. Oh my goodness.
I know she's gonna chime in soon.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
But
he's saying that you're picking on him.
so we ain't gonna keep you because it's winding down. I know you gotta get ready for your show at 8. But we definitely want to have you back. And then hopefully next time we can actually get the video joint working, or even better, we can have you. She says you're lying.
I know.
Or even better, we would love to have you in the studio with us, because it's always a party when we're here, man.
Or even better, we can have you.
You know, it's always a party. It's always a party.
We would love to have
And
you in the
yo, we congratulate you. We will support Rap Beat 100%. You know, shout out to E. We actually had a conference call, me, Honey Stacks, and him, about some stuff they were doing that I'm gonna help them with. And like, and the thing about it is, when you attract the right people, like you see other people that got that gold and that drive, you just want to help them and be good, because you already know it's fun. You're putting the right building blocks in.
And the thing about it is,
Yeah,
when you attract the right people, like you see,
and we appreciate,
in that drive,
you know, you're very
and be good because you
intricate part with each helping me. You know, it's a lot of things that I'm so blessed that always, you know, not always put the right people, you know, around me. And see, I think about prayer, and I don't want nobody around me that has jealousy or any motive. And you know, you've been rocking with us for years. I mean, following a Stone Cold World, you know, that you like. And so it's so that we can finally work together. And I appreciate you extending your hand and helping me. I really do.
Definitely. Because I know I watch people drive and they're hungry. So when people have that same drive and hunger that I got, you got no choice but to help.
Right.
You know, because you want to, you know, I feel like this: if one of us wins, we all win.
That's right.
You know, it's not about just me. It's about, you know, collectively we all win. So, you know, I'm gonna do my best to make everybody great.
Yeah.
You know, it's not about
So,
just me. It's about, you know,
we gonna get out of here. We gonna let you out of here. But me and CP3 gonna have to talk some sports, some craziness.
Okay.
And we got some hip hop stuff we gotta talk about. Kid Cudi was in the dress the other day.
We're gonna let you out of here. But
Yeah, I saw that picture kind of. I mean, I've heard his name before. And I've heard him rap on a couple of tracks that I've heard before, but I've never seen him. And then the first time I see him, he's
But
wearing a
before I
damn
do
dress.
anything, I'm going to play a couple of indie joints.
Yeah,
So how can we listen to this interview?
This joint will be on because it didn't show up on my At the Bar page, so it'll be on my YouTube.
Okay.
So I'll send you the link.
This joint
Okay, that's what's up.
because it didn't
But I
show
got
on
you,
my
I got you.
page, so it'll be on my
Yeah.
my YouTube.
And we're gonna play this young man who I met when I went to Miami, an independent artist named Blue Flame. And when I met him, he actually, you know, I love DMV artists, but this is why y'all gotta get your stuff together. He walked up to me, he said, "Yo, I see you taking pictures. You know, but you only take pictures of not everybody. But you know, you seem like a good guy to know." So we talked. His manager came to me, he said, "You know, hey, you know, take some pictures of my artists. I even throw you some bread." I did it for free, to be honest. But just the energy was like that. I had DMV artists that walked around that didn't say anything to me. I had a DMV artist that was supposed to perform second, and when we called his name for the set, he wasn't even in the building.
What?
And we in Miami. So, you know, as much as I love DMV artists, you got to step up. Everything from your dress to your swag to your attitude. Just because you may be hot here, that don't mean you need to carry it like you P. Diddy.
Right.
You know, because your mama can sing your record, that doesn't make you a hit maker. It just makes you a nigga whose mama can sing his record.
That don't mean you need to carry it like you P.
You know, we have to humble ourselves out here. In order to really get ahead, because there's some people, y'all ain't even double platinum. Hell, some of y'all ain't even double wood. But y'all walk around like your shit don't stink.
Mm-hmm.
You know how I feel about some of these guys, but they want the glory and the fame, but don't want to put the work in.
And then the thing is, we provide these platforms, like Rap Beat, like At the Bar Radio, even Sports on the Hill, where we play your music, and then after y'all do your interviews, we can't even get a like or a share.
Provide these platforms.
But when you see us, you'll say, "Play my song."
Like at the bar radio.
Nigga, share my
Right.
show.
On the hill where we play your music, and then
You should be able to share my show without me
you
asking.
can't even get a like or a share.
Absolutely.
BB3, how many times have you asked me to share your show?
Haven't had to. 'Cause
I'm
you
on,
always
I'm
do.
on your show like that, and I'm inviting people at the bar while I'm on the mic. You.
Exactly.
No doubt. Not
Honey
this.
Stacks, how many times have you asked me to share your show? If I see you live, I share it.
Yeah.
I shared the show to the group and didn't even realize why I was in it.
Yeah, see? That's what I'm talking about. So, but by all means, get your head out your ass and network and be appreciative, because if you watch the interview that Gilly had with Funkmaster Flex, Funkmaster Flex says, radio don't break your records.
If you watch the interview,
It's the podcast community and the internet radio community that makes you hot.
Funkmaster Flex says,
Yeah.
radio don't break your records.
The only thing radio does is make you a superstar.
In the internet radio community, that makes you.
But in order for you to get to be a superstar, you ain't got to shit on the little guys that put you up there. Respect.
Right.
The only thing radio does is make you.
Yeah, that's the way it should be done, but most folks don't operate like that,
In
unfortunately.
order for you to get to be a superstar.
So let me play this young man, Blue Flame. Honey Stacks, I know because we almost at 7 o'clock, so I know you're busy. But we do appreciate. Now we'll play your songs later on the show as well.
Okay.
But we do appreciate you coming through, because I know you got something to set up, and I know when you have to do too many things in the show, how much that takes out of it.
Oh, bullshit.
Yeah.
So we appreciate you, and definitely next time we want to get you in the building.
No problem. I would love to be there.
Okay.
I'll see you next time.
All right.
See y'all.
All right.
Night.
Thank you.
Have a good show.
In the building.
In case y'all missed it, Lady Internet said that CP3 was blind.
In case y'all missed it, Lady Internet said that.
Will always be my brother's keeper. Swear to God, I put that on my arm. Loaded chopper, let it run. I got the script, I'm with the drama. Loyalty, I run it up the hammer. Jackson when we slide, shots like Jordan with the drum. Speak like that you lied about. No fucking remember that. See if the hitters that gun you down. Like a fire in the wood, we can spark it out. Fire in the chicken, we smoke it loud. Take gas in the moon like a clear right. Let's go on you, you can't point this out. To get next in the level, you ain't heard around. RP in my brother. Lord knows I love you. I ain't going nowhere. Just gonna do this, bro. These demons, they try to keep us all down. They to me. The devil will walk my soul in my body. So you better pray for me. I told you now. Lay me down and sleep. I pray to Lord my soul to sleep. I sit down before I wake. I pray to Lord my soul to take. Ain't no need, no time for breaks. Good the hand right off the stage. Even we give you a taste. I'm kneeling by my soul and grace. My brother's keeper. Oh, swear to God, I be my brother's keeper. Oh, put it on my heart, I be my brother's keeper. Oh, but did it gone, I be my brother's keeper. Just know that I'ma keep it. I told him I wanna ride right now. I wanna ride right now. Say yo. I wanna ride right now. I wanna ride right now. Say yo. I wanna ride right now. I wanna ride right now. Say yo. I wanna ride right now. Oh, maybe they say I've been acting too crazy, been going too hard when it comes to these pieces. Fuck up on these thoughts, I don't need them. Old ladies, just give me a freak, I can stroke in the sheets. I never they call me a psycho. Set it up in this bitch, I just might. Put it up in these streets.
You have to go back on. Now the Bluetooth.
Lady me, only that I know so much pain, so much pain. See, you've been suffering too long. Just raise your hand. Feel this song, I hallelujah. Just raise your hands. Feel this song. Tired of
I gotta play the Bluetooth. Now the computer.
where is the love?
This play clear.
When I miss the love from Chicago. When this city
This play clear.
hold on, Chicago. Just raise your hands, Chicago. Hold on, hallelujah. Just raise your hands, feel this song. Hold on. The city. Chicago, I do it by you, do it by you. Chicago, I fight for you, I fight for you. Chicago, I'm with you. Hallelujah. Just raise your hand. You. Hallelujah. Just raise your hand. If you. This blue flame.
That's the case. I don't got it.
Scotty, I like this one.
They call it.
Will always be my brother's keepers, but I gotta put that on my phone. Those are the let it run. I got the strip off of the run it on that. Check out how we so long that I go to what they do. We got that you not about. We can remember see things that go you down. Like five of them, we talking out. 5 minutes till we smoking out. The guests in the room like a clear across. Let's go see you can't point us out. The next in the lane, we ain't heard around. RP to the trust.
Come on, come on. The Blue Flame, he from Alabama. I can see you throwing dollars at the strip club today.
Yeah, I can feel it, yeah.
You got to throw the arm up.
I had to. Yeah, you can do yeah. That'll be a good money stuff. Good fun to throw money on.
You're so
Oh yeah. But oh well, yeah, you can do it over. Yes, you still do the videos and have it call through the phone. Man.
Huh?
Yeah, so you can still get a call through the phone and still better do videos. Man.
I got blood in 7 seas on my shoes, red bottoms, thumping mountains. Keep be my brother's keeper. Be my brother's keeper. But it ain't be my brother's keeper. Just know that I'ma keep it.
I'm gonna be back after this song too. I like this joint though. Yo, you steady performance is hot.
And you can throw some dollars too. Man.
What the God, I be my brother's keeper.
So you think about
Put it on my life, I be my brother's keeper.
bringing in dollars, throwing dollars. That's how you spend your summer.
Yeah, pretty much, pretty much. Spent a couple of summers like that.
Okay, we back. So we appreciate everybody understanding what it's been a little technical difficulties to the show. It is what it is. We'll fix it.
Yeah, you know, live air, you know how it goes. My show, his show, other shows that we do, man, you know. But it's you know it's gonna be tight anyway. So
Before Honey Stacks had called, there's some craziness going on.
yeah, let me pull the story up. I was watching the Caps game, Caps about to play the Boston Bruins. They're tied for first place with the New York Islanders in Metro Mass Media, Metro Division. Yeah, the Islanders playing some good hockey. Capitals still playing some decent hockey also. Unfortunately, we had a tragic mass shooting by ex-NFL player Philip Adams, played for the 49ers, I believe, and the Raiders. Fatally shot 5 people and then killed himself. I really didn't get too much into the article, but there are mentions of CTE, which, if you don't know, is the concussions. You know, when players have them, the brain gets damaged.
What's Chris Benoit suffer from wrestling, basically?
Yeah, pretty much. So, and they hear voices, delusions, all types of things, and they go untreated, unhelped, or they get hooked on opioids trying to fight whatever urges or whatever, and I'm guessing that he gave into it. Believe it was, I didn't really want to go into the story too much, but it was his doctor, the doctor's wife, along with 2 grandchildren, the age of 9 and 5, and a man that had been working at the house. He survived, and like I said, Philip Smith took his own life after the fact. And a man that had been working at the house. Yeah, it's sad, you know. But now you have some athletes that, you know, when they do pass away, they donate their brain to science so they can do more research on it. Unfortunately, it's only something you can study after they're dead, because you have to, you know, biopsy the brain and look at all the activity and whatever. But you see more athletes doing that, and hopefully they can figure this out. You've seen the changes in the game going all the way down to the little league level with heads-up tackling to prevent concussions. You see the protocols in the NFL now. A lot of folks don't like because it takes some time, take players off the field, going under the little tent, yada, yada, yada. But it's about making the game safer so it doesn't get banned or outlawed or whatever. So it's a complicated issue, and we know all the bureaucracy and BS in the government to get anything done. So to get them to make a stand and do something is pointless at this point. But the NFL is, I feel like they're giving an honest effort trying to combat this issue and find ways to prevent situations like these from happening.
True. So yesterday, it's not really a sport, but I'm a wrestling fan.
Yeah.
So yesterday was part 1 of WrestleMania.
Yeah, that threw me off because I saw people
Because
posting the results.
they broke like they did last year. They broke WrestleMania in 2 parts. Because some reason WrestleMania went from being a 3-hour show to an 8-hour event.
For it, wow.
Like nigga, I got work. I ain't got 8 hours to watch grown people beat the shit out of each other.
Get your money's worth though. 8 hours of entertainment.
some reason WrestleMania
That's why I never like boxing, because you pay that $60 and it's a first round knockout. You pissed. You know you're going to get 8 hours or 8 hours of entertainment.
Look, I be tired. I used to love Mike Tyson. If I was tired, I just had to watch 1 round.
Yeah, true. But you pay that money though.
So there's some pros and cons with it. So
look, I used to love Mike Tyson. If I was tired, I just had to watch one.
the thing is, so to start WrestleMania, Bobby Lashley, who's been in the WWE for a while, he left, he came back, black guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's the world champion.
The thing is,
Yeah, I know.
And he started WrestleMania. Now, which
in the WWE for a while.
I felt a little different about that because, one, there's never really been that many black world champions in wrestling. And if they broke it down in 2 nights, I thought being a black world champion, he should have main event. However, the main event, which is not bad neither, was Bianca Belair versus Sasha Banks. They're both 2 African American females.
Too sexy African American.
Yeah, they both sexy, but Bianca Belair is married to he's married to her.
I don't give a damn. I hit him with a steel chair and take his girl.
You know what? Lady Antoinette, come get this nigga.
He's married to a wrestler.
Step off the top rope with a flying burrito. Hit him with a steel chair.
You know what you can do? A flying burrito. You hit a black man with a flying burrito. Yeah. Come save us.
Oh,
But and the thing about it is the Bobby Lashley match probably went about 10 to 15 minutes, and then the ladies got like about maybe a good 30 minutes.
didn't he wrestle the Scottish
He
dude?
wrestled Drew
Drew
McIntyre.
McIntyre. That last, I thought they was gonna make that like a drag out brawl and shit.
About 10 to 15 minutes, and then the ladies got like about 30 minutes.
Damn it, Lady Antoinette, I'm all right.
She said there's no hope for CP3. I agree.
Nothing.
So I would just think, the thing about it is, you've had people like Brock Lesnar, Kurt Angle, Triple H, headline or be the main event. And I don't remember when we had a black world champion that was the main event. Like probably The Rock.
The Rock, I was about to say The Rock, probably.
That was probably 15, 20 years ago.
Yeah. I mean,
No, actually, he wasn't even the main event that time. He was him and Stone Cold. It was Stone Cold's last match, and it wasn't. I don't even think it was the last match on the card.
That was probably 15, 20 years ago.
thought it.
No, actually.
So it might be over 20 years since they've had like a black world champion main event, WrestleMania.
Yeah, I mean.
And like I said, Bobby Lashley is a hell of a wrestler.
Yeah, he is.
Same pedigree as Brock. Actually, he's been in the military.
WrestleMania.
He did amateur wrestling and he did MMA.
Like I said, Bobby Lashley is a
I know he did MMA.
Yeah.
That's a big dude though. But yeah, him and Drew McIntyre. So I have wrestling on doing our show on Monday nights when I'm doing sports on the
So Lady Antoinette agrees with me. He should have been the main event. And the thing about it is, the last year he's been dominant.
Yeah.
And I have no problem. I think it should have been
So Lady Antoinette.
the women's match. No disrespect to the women, because I don't want to shit on their accomplishments. The 2 African American women at there.
Mm-hmm.
Which should have been
I think it should have been
the second to the last match.
the women's
I
match.
agree with that.
Shit on their accomplishments.
And I thought it should have been had more time. I mean, Bobby Lashley had these dominating matches all the way up to the world championship. And he's been putting some stupid ass storylines in which, was stupid. Which now they actually put him with something that works. And the thing about it is, pride is kept. They put him the same way he was booked in Impact Wrestling, a smaller wrestling federation, as a monster that destroys people. Wow, and it worked there, and now they're using it but the WWE had him first.
Impact Wrestling.
Instead, they wanted to make him wave and smile.
Wrestling Federation as a monster.
Yeah.
That destroys
Like,
people.
this dude was a legitimate badass. When he came back, he pitched the idea he wanted to face Brock. And they gave Brock Lesnar 8,882 matches against Roman Reigns.
Like,
And this dude is built like Brock. He's way bigger than Roman Reigns.
And they gave
We know the politics involved in it, man. You know,
Yeah, you know,
it's,
it's just, as a black, it would have been nice to have him main event. Because the main event for tonight is Roman Reigns, he's Samoan,
mhm.
Daniel Bryan, he's white, and Edge, he's Canadian, which means he's white. Or Drake.
Canadian A. Nothing wrong, man. I mean, it's
So
sad.
it's just they should have gave. And the thing about it is the WWE Championship goes back way longer than the fucking Universal title. The WWE Championship goes back like 50, 60 something years.
They should have gave.
I think the only thing that's really older than that title is the NWA title.
Goes back way longer than the fucking Universal
So
title.
that heritage, it should have been a main event.
Yeah.
We all know wrestling is script.
Older than that title was the
It is what it is. But damn, like, and they want you to boo Bobby, but I mean he's a monster. They want us to boo Bobby but cheer Brock. He's a monster. Let him be a monster, and if he's doing cool shit, allow him to do it.
Never a Brock Lesnar fan myself.
I thought you would have been.
No, I didn't like him. He talked so much trash, but I didn't. Yeah, I wasn't really a fan of his.
But you know, so that was just my biggest gripe about WrestleMania so far. I really thought that Bobby Lashley should have made it.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, it was the first fucking match.
First match of the point.
I think that's an insult.
Kind of is.
I mean, he won, which I was worried they were going to take the title off of him because you know that they like giving it to the white guys real quick.
Mm-hmm.
But he did win, and he won in convention fashion. You know, he put him in the full Nelson and then made him pass out. However, I really thought it should have main event.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, especially having the first one. That is kind of an insult in my opinion. But you know, I don't watch WWE as much. I do watch it, like I said, during the show. When I'm doing my show on Monday night, I have it on with the sound off, and I've been, you know, seeing Lashley doing this thing. But you know, all the crazy storylines that they got going in.
So this is what Lady Antoinette said, and I agree with Lady Antoinette. She said, "I'm okay with the women having it, but not okay when they put Bobby like he was nothing." That is correct. Like, damn it, damn it, if you look at Bobby Lashley, he's built like a black superhero. Damn it, whether he's good or bad, you know, show him in a strong light. That's all I'm asking. You know, that's all I'm asking. Show him the way, make him as dominant as y'all made Roman Reigns for like the last 15 years, and he's the big dog, but he's only 230. He's the average size of a wrestler, but he's the big dog. Lies.
It's the narrative they want to spell, man. You know how they do.
I'm just saying. Anything else in sports?
Like I mentioned, the Capitals are playing tonight against Boston. They're in a tie with the Islanders. They have identical records, but the Caps have a game in hand because they beat the Islanders 3 times. The Islanders beat them twice. Then have, I believe, 2 more games against the Capitals in New York. And last game they lost 1-0 last week. It was a good game. Just unfortunately, the Islanders were able to get a late goal, and the Caps couldn't find a way to answer. They're still having some defensive issues. We'll talk about that tomorrow night. Also, the Washington football team. You know, we got the draft coming up at the end of the month, starting the 29th to May 1st. Still trying to coordinate with our draft guy to get our draft and off-season special together so we can talk about the prospective moves. We've heard some rumors about them trading up for one of the top quarterback prospects, which I cannot confirm or deny. I haven't had a chance to talk to any of my sources because this is a really busy time for them right now. But we'll talk about that, discuss some of the true draft trade possibilities and where this team might go with the first draft pick, number 19. I've heard rumors of linebackers, so there's a couple of solid linebackers that can help this defense become even better, which will enable the offense to, have a little bit more time to get up to speed with all the new pieces that they've added, and the quarterback competition with Fitzpatrick and Heineke and what's the other dude? I forgot the other dude. Oh, Allen. Yeah, Kyle Allen. Boom.
So a lot of things is, I know y'all. The one thing about Sports on the Hill is y'all do a lot of spoilers. So they'll say something, and then months later, the same shit that they talked about will come to pass.
Yeah, it happens a lot, but they don't want to give us the credit, but they tune in, so that's all we can ask. We cover sports the best, and we feel the best in the DC sports market. We actually know what we're talking about. We don't do a bunch of clickbait and BS, and I have reliable sources that I can reach out to. I actually just had one of my folks hit me up asking some questions about it. So, we're open, we're transparent. We don't believe in that anonymous source BS. And tune in Monday nights, 9 o'clock. We'll be covering the Capitals Week in Review. We'll be talking about the Nationals, unfortunate slow start to the season. And we'll be talking the Wizards, lowly season as it continues. And I'm probably going to chime in a little bit about why their coach hasn't been fired yet, because it's not looking good for them with all the talent that they have.
What's their record?
I think they're like 12th in the East. I don't even remember the record. I think they got like 14 or 15 wins on the season. It's bad. Russell Westbrook getting triple doubles, but
they ain't winning.
yeah, Bradley Beal hitting 40 points, but they still not playing no defense.
That shit ain't. Somebody gotta go.
Yeah, it's sad. It's sad. We're gonna cover all of that tomorrow night, Monday night. Sports on the Hill podcast. You can tune in on my YouTube channel, Carol Porter III. That's with 3 eyes, not the number 3, or on our Facebook page, Sports OTHP, or on our webpage, on our website, sportsothp.com. Robbie's done some great things, updating some things. If you're looking at my feed, you'll see the new season 6 banner streaming on the feed. Just stay tuned. We got a lot of things coming, a lot of things in store, and working on some key interviews that I've been, working behind the scenes on trying to get. So stay tuned for so much more. Season 6 Sports on the Hill podcast, True Radio Network.
You need to get an interview with the Lingerie League.
You know me, I'm gonna try, bro. I'm gonna give it a good old college effort. I gotta be the old rub down guy, or whatever. I'm gonna get back there and get an interview.
I wish they did. You say that shit right now. I'm waiting for her to text.
I can get away with it now because she ain't her.
Yeah, she did say we were talking about Bobby last week. Raise my people up and give them their credit. Definitely. All right, we gotta talk about the Kid Cudi situation, man.
I can get away with it now because she ain't her.
Yeah,
She called you a perv.
I am no such thing.
So apparently,
All right, we gotta talk about
Kid Cudi was paying tribute to Colt Cobain, who y'all don't probably know. If you're really young, you probably don't know who that is. That was the lead singer from Nirvana who killed himself. He was married to Courtney Love, I believe. And he did a photo back in like '94 or '93 in a dress for some British magazine, and that was Kid Cudi. I guess the reason he was trying to pay tribute.
Play a Nirvana song. Why would you wear a fucking dress?
I don't understand why we have to.
I guess the reason he was trying to pay tribute.
Why do we have to shut down men's masculinity in order, and then we act like it's a bad thing? When we say, well, that's not manly, and stuff. Like, if you're one of the alphabet people, more power to you.
And then we act like
the LBGQ, whatever.
We say, well, that's not
I just got out of jail, man. Don't get me back in jail.
I'm not trying.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying anything about it. But if you're part of, that community, it is what it is. But we shouldn't also look at being masculine as being evil.
See, it's gone on for so long, and even though some of the ways things are being gone about aren't necessarily right, but not making excuses for it, but this shit has been going on for a long time.
I'm gonna leave Lady Antoinette response. She said Kid Cudi's a hot mess, which he has been for a couple of years because he does suffer from depression and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
He wore a dress, but why the dress? He's so ugly. He wore his great auntie's dress. You know what?
See, I'm not even concerned about that. I'd have turned the joint off as soon as I seen him in the dress.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! It was a terrible looking dress. Though. It was.
I don't know, man. It's just funny, like certain things that we
Like,
would never do.
now keep in mind when Kanye wore a dress or kilt or skirt, what the fuck it was. I wasn't on board with that neither. You know, I just think we shouldn't look at being a man, being masculine is something wrong.
I wasn't on board with that neither.
You know, being masculine does not mean that you beat your woman.
Yeah,
You know,
but we know they don't. People don't understand definition of words anymore. They make their own definitions up.
Being masculine is something.
Yeah, so I mean that's what I'm saying. Back in our day, you know, there's certain, like we talk about all the time, there's certain movies that we can watch then that we can't watch now because folks will get so offended by like imagine watching the Jeffersons now or the Bunkers, right?
But here's the crazy thing about that. When we talking, since you want to dive into that,
Yeah.
you know, Archie Bunker. She said, "You gonna make a statement? Just make it good." Archie Bunker was labeled America's favorite racist.
You know, Archie Bunker.
That was the label of his show, and it was acceptable.
Was labeled America's.
Because it was the way
It was acceptable. You know, even George Jefferson, you know, called white people cracker, but he's a spin-off of Archie Bunker who called
It was acceptable.
black people everything, jiggers, niggas, you know, and was overly racist, and it was cool to his show. I remember my grandfather. I didn't know Archie Bunker was a racist because I was a kid at the time watching the show, and then I go, "What the fuck is this shit?"
yeah.
And
I remember.
Norman Lear, he with his writing, he had a lot of shows that put racist perspectives out there. Like he wrote Good Times. So a lot of the snide comments that young Michael would make about the establishment and the man, it was real shit. But it was only acceptable hearing it from a smart mouth kid. You wouldn't be able to hear James say that. James had to play the loyal. I got to provide for my family, so I'm gonna keep my mouth shut, put my head down. He portrayed the images of what the time was, just like when you speak about with the X-Men, with the way they did that, and with the Marvel stuff, how they, you know, incorporated in with the society of what it was, with, you know, representing black people and all of that stuff. So it's kind of on the same level, in my opinion.
Okay, that's true. Can't deny that.
Yeah, it's wild, but I mean, in my experience, being a social media troll, when you get those racist point of views out there, and you don't get offended or don't start, you know, getting all in your feelings about it, and you start throwing insults back, it kind of takes the tension off the situation. Like I said, I've had several times that I've got into a heated insult fest with somebody on social media, and after all the inserts were exchanged, we ended up having a conversation and, you know, became cool.
So, Lady Antoinette just said the youth were the ones making changes back then.
They inspired the change, yeah. They made their voices heard to where actually folks in the, you know, government listened, because they were afraid of getting voted out of office because the young folks actually were taking action. That's kind of what we're seeing with this movement now. After, you know, Ass Hat and Chief was in there for 4 years, we see all the millennials and the younger generation actually care about politics. And, you know, I can honestly say, at that age, I didn't give a damn about politics back when I was that age. So,
No, I didn't.
yeah, so
I barely care about them
but yeah, it's definitely inspired by the young, but now they're actually following it up and following through. Talking about it is one thing, but actually taking action is another, and they're actually taking action.
That's true. That's true. And also another point that Lady Antoinette made, she said he wanted dress to get attention. No statement was definitely made.
Well, that's definitely a possibility. You know, I just say no. There's no such thing as bad publicity in you know, music, entertainment, all of that game. So it doesn't surprise us. It doesn't surprise me. It's just, you know, I'm like, really, this is, you know, your way to express yourself. All right, cool.
Yeah, and he wore the dress on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, I figured that's what it was. Yeah,
So,
it is.
And another sad news, Black Rob was in the
We wore the
hospital.
dress on.
He had been suffering from like 2 strokes and stuff like that. He's another artist that has battled with addiction.
Oh,
And
okay.
another sad news, Black Rob was in the hospital.
Somebody had posted, I don't know how true
He
it
had been
was,
suffering from
but
2 strokes.
somebody had posted
He's another
a
artist that,
GoFundMe or something like that for him.
has battled with addiction.
But yeah, he was in the hospital. He looked really
Somebody
bad
had
too.
posted, I don't know how true it was, but
That's what he was looking.
somebody had posted a
Dang.
stuff like that for him.
You know,
Yeah, he was
Yeah, these drugs, man. You know, like she was speaking about. Honey Stacks was saying, you know, folks get come from nothing to get into, you know, money and, you know, different things that they wouldn't have been into, and that's when the drugs come in.
well, so here's the thing about that. You ever seen the movie Get Him from the Greek?
Nah.
Very funny movie. Jonah Hill, that's the dude's name.
Yeah.
I was kind of talking about this movie the other day, but Jonah Hill and P. Diddy's in it.
So here's the thing about that.
And
Get him from the Greek.
so in the movie,
Very funny movie. Jonah Hill, that's the dude's name.
basically he's going to get this rock star,
Jonah Hill.
named Alex Snow, and basically, like
So in the movie,
Diddy tells him, if he wants you to hide the heroin in your ass, you hide him up there. He's like, you want to get him a balance of being fucked up but not too fucked up, and I think that's really the industry.
if
Yeah.
he wants you to hide the heroin
Like,
in your ass, you hide
they
him.
want you to party. They want you to party, and they want you to be
but not too
crazy
And I think that's really
and out of control because
like
it's easy.
they want you to party.
But they always make that excuse, you know, artists are a little bit off and sometimes they need the drugs or they need it, you know, a certain way so they can be creative and make their music or make their, you know, whatever they're doing. So, I mean, we've seen, you know, a lot of young artists, you're speaking about Kurt Cobain committing suicide, Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, all the, you know, other young folks that died at, you know, at a young age because of addiction to
So,
all types of drugs.
Lady Antonetta said, we keep losing strong, intelligent artists to drugs. Something has to give. And it does, because at the end of the day, the one thing about the music industry is that it don't give a fuck about you.
Lady Antoinette
They love you for now when you hot.
strong, intelligent
But when you're not hot,
I don't
they
give
don't
a
fuck about you. They don't care if you save your money, they don't care if you got a pension, they don't care nothing.
Mm-mm.
It don't give a fuck about you.
When you ain't hot no more, you just ain't hot.
Yeah, what you done for me lately?
But when you
Well,
not
I used to do this, yeah, but yeah, you still don't pay the bills. What you doing now?
You know,
So yeah,
there's people that used to do
you
stadiums,
ain't hot no more, you just ain't
and now they can't even get a hole in the wall club.
can't even.
And this industry will keep you fucked up.
Yeah, it's easy.
You know.
It's easy. One bad story or one bad album, and boom, you're done. Could be one bad song in some cases.
Oh shit, they ain't even making good music, so it's all a whole bunch of bad songs.
Oh yeah, that's true. They still surviving that. So.
Yeah.
One bad story or one bad album, and boom,
So,
sad.
one bad song. So yeah, I mean, I just think it's
They
crazy.
ain't even making good music, so it's all a whole bunch of bad songs.
Yeah, industry, and you know how I feel about it. That's what I say. I learned most of the stuff I learned from the show right here.
So,
Because music ain't the same. I was listening to old school hip hop for the longest. This stuff nowadays, I can't get jiggy with this shit.
You need to try.
Can't.
I mean, a lot of people have squandered their opportunities. Like right now, NBA YoungBoy, all the money he done made, he's in jail right now, doing nigga shit. You know, the amount of artists, like, you know,
all the money he done made,
DMX passed away at 50.
right now.
There's a lot of artists that passed away at 26 this year.
You know,
Or last
the
year.
amount of artists, like,
You know, and
DMX
someone was OD'd and someone was the
a
gun.
lot of artists that passed away at 26.
You know, not being able to separate
for last year.
real life from street life.
And
You know, because once you start making millions, you shouldn't be in the street.
Yeah,
you know, not being able to
definitely a
separate
lesson that unfortunately they don't learn, or they do learn it, and it's too late. They're already in a situation and they're regretting what they did. But yeah, I was in a similar situation back in my younger days. You know, having a good job and doing some other things. You know, making some good money. And, you know, I put myself in a couple of situations that I probably shouldn't have, but because I had the money, I was doing it. So I definitely understand it and it's definitely hard, especially when you're young, and you come in and you have all of that money and nothing but stuff with time and wants and needs to say, I can pretty much do whatever the hell I want because I got all this money. Folks gonna do this for the money, so it changes your whole outlook on life. It changes your whole thought process, and it actually can change some of your morals.
True. So Lady Internet is about to pass back out again. Thank you for tuning in, and that's what I love about this team. Like, even when you're not here, you still helping out with the show, and so many things that I can't hear, and stuff like that.
Still picking on me.
Still picking on you.
Mhm.
Did she still picking on you?
Mhm.
Before you go to sleep, Lady Internet, I wish you was here so we could talk about when you piss somebody off so much they got to post about you. But I guess we'll have that conversation when you get back.
Hey man, I don't know what you talking about, dog.
He said behave.
I don't know what you talking about, dog.
You don't know?
Subliminal posts are always the funniest.
You want to talk about it?
Nah, it ain't no need, man. I mean, it ain't the first time it's happened. It ain't the first time. Damn sure ain't gonna be the last. So I mean, it is what it is, man. Like I say, I'm transparent. You know what I'm saying? It's like I said on the show, I'm open book. You ask me something, I'm gonna tell you. I ain't got no time for games or bullshit. If other folks do, yeah, it is what it is, man. I don't play games. I'm a grown ass man. Simple as that.
So, you know,
I don't play games. I'm a grown ass man.
let's play a renegade. Called the Get Back. I think it's CP3's theme music.
Hey man.
Yeah. Let's play a renegade. Called the Get Back. I think it's CP3's.
He said, all right, the Oxy's calling me. Yo.
Yeah.
Come on. Here's the CP3 theme music right here.
He said, all right, the Oxy's calling me. Yo. Come on. Here's the CP3 theme music right here.
Trying to figure out to get lit. It's a different day, no same story, nigga. I've been winning weeks. Like a drama boy, nigga. They know I'm here to make a start. Keep that night before they win. Oh, no, I had to keep up. She ain't getting on my boat, better go skip her. If they stop getting out of line, I better go. Get a pack of back and book.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Carry away, never devil, the opposition. My homie trying to be the test, we ain't no politician. I'm trying to cut them purpose, he caught up with lots of business. And I can never chase when ain't no level, you got no rich.
They go CP3 baby pop. Where your bitch at? You get rid of that? Come on.
They go CP3 baby pop.
Get back.
Where your bitch at?
Where your bitch at? Where you get lit at?
Come on. To get back. Where your bitch at?
That seems like something you would do.
What's that there?
On the phone, acting. With somebody's chick acting. Where to get lit at?
I actually did that in person before. Fuck a phone.
So you Nick. On the phone,
I
acting.
actually took a dude girl right in front of him. It was crazy.
Oh, we got time. Tell us this story.
Oh man, this was when I really wasn't shit, and I didn't give a damn. But I think I just moved back to my mom's house after my dad passed away, and I came in one night. Me and the fellas went to hang out after work. So my oldest niece was living at the house too. I was about to say, what the hell? You had a call in and shock a nigga. But let's say, long story short, her girlfriend had a cousin that came over, and they had tried to hook her up with this one of her cornball friends. And like I said, I was lit that night, so I'm really not responsible for what happened. But I pretty much told her before they left that like you don't want to be with that dude. And she told me when I saw her the next day when she invited me over her house. She told me that was the pretty much when I said that it was pretty much over. So yeah, that was when I really didn't give a fuck because he couldn't beat me. So
You tapped his girl.
well, it technically wasn't his girl.
You tapped his potential girl.
Yeah, I did. Took her about 6 years.
Damn, nigga.
I don't get things back. I'm very
Those
stingy.
motherfuckers hostage.
It was a pleasurable hostage situation though. Very pleasurable.
But it was.
Yeah. Stay tuned for another CP3 Chronicles. We're working on a web series now.
Oh, we're getting this stuff together for a web series. Literally, it's coming. It's coming by the end of this year.
Well, yeah. Change the name of the guilty because wasn't nobody innocent.
Man, oh man.
Stay tuned.
We need to go back down.
We're getting this
Oh yeah, we gotta get back down to 757. Yeah, I'm working on it. I gotta, make a couple of more dollars, stack a little bit more dough, try to get some things lined
No,
up.
it was very therapeutic.
We need to go back down.
It was very therapeutic. I needed that time away. I was going through so much at that particular time.
No, it was very
My aunt had
therapeutic.
just passed. I was, in the house depressed, and I just needed
It was
it.
very therapeutic.
Hey,
I
man,
needed that
it's
time
good to get out of town. I was trying to get down there for a while. You just gave me more of a reason to go. Fuck it. Got the rental car, got a hotel. We was down there chilling with the fam.
But I do appreciate because I was like, oh, Renegade can't go. Maybe I just. He's like, nah, we going.
Oh yeah, fuck that, man. I done already booked it, man. We on the way. I just told my because they always because I booked the trip to go down there so many times and like something's come up and I wasn't able to make it and then my folks always clown me like when I tell them I'm coming down, they're like, yeah, whatever, nigga. We'll see it when we believe. And then I find out like, nah, I ain't gonna renege again because they done already started calling me and say, yeah, whatever, nigga. We ain't coming down here. So I was like, nah, we going down there because I told them motherfuckers I'm coming. So yeah, we gonna get back down there. Might do something. Who knows? Might do a live show. Might do some pop-up show down there. Who knows, man? You know how we roll.
Definitely.
We going down there. I told them motherfuckers I'm coming. So yeah, we gonna get back down there. Might do something. Who knows? Might do a live show. Might do some pop-up show down there.
What are your biggest turnoffs in a woman?
Definitely.
Insecurities. And that goes for male and female, honestly. Because if you can't be secure in the person you're with, that you put your best, whatever, your best foot forward, so to speak, and you've been real and been genuine, you don't have nothing to worry about. But if you're doing foul shit and not being honest and not being real, and you have all those thoughts creeping in your head, that's the reason why, because you haven't been given the full effort of being 100% honest or have ulterior motives. And, if that's what it is, that's what it is. But that shit is, yeah, it's definitely a turn off. Easily swayed by others' opinions. Not strong enough to hold their own opinion. Not saying that if a man beating on you and your girl telling you to leave him and you like, no, he loved me. I ain't saying shit like that. So don't get it twisted. I know somebody's gonna try to go on that angle. But folks on the outside looking in, especially single folks on the outside looking in on somebody in a relationship, is always going to have a skewed perspective. And our relationship is our relationship. You shouldn't be discussing it with your girlfriends or, your mom, cool. Your sisters, okay, I can understand that. But your so-called friends or whatever, nah, because that's how shit gets started. And other people knowing your business, and that's how shit, names get thrown around. Somebody might not like you, and just because they know you having an issue in a relationship, they're going to start a rumor that your man was seen with somebody else, and they show you got a whole bunch of bullshit because you couldn't keep your mouth shut.
Definitely. So let me do some shout outs real quick.
All right.
Let me touch on the insecurity stuff. Shout out to my man Flip Stacks, he's a producer. Shout out to my man Super Cool Cat. That's my dude. We gotta get him in here. Niggas are artists. We'll talk. When we went to Atlanta several years ago, and this is why I fuck with Super. Like, basically, we got beat out of the Airbnb. The lady said, no, don't book the Airbnb. Just give us the money because my people have been dealing with her previously for like 2 years. And she not only charge you cleanup, she basically she didn't live in that fucking house no more. So we had to crash at Super's house. We came there, the first night, everybody we was defeated. And then we woke up the next morning, me and Renegade, and realized it was Super. And nigga, we partied all through ATL. Super was like, we don't need that first night. To be mad and to be sad. He's like, nigga, you with us. You with family. you know, y'all ain't gonna be mad.
Yeah,
Man,
that's what it's all about.
when you find people that's genuine like that, we always fuck with.
Yeah, no doubt.
Shout out to my homegirl Regina. She just went to the it was a drive-through comedy show with like Donnell Flowers and a couple other friends.
No, Ashley Larry.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So when you talk about what you were saying,
drive-through comedy show with like Donnell Brown.
insecurity is a mother.
So when you
I once had a girl. This is back in my early 20s though.
security is a motherfucker.
Like I was asleep, and she called my phone 20,000 times,
I once had a girl.
and she was like,
It's back
"Well, you didn't call me this morning. I was drinking all night.
like I was asleep.
You don't get the name like 151 because you drink H2O. You get the name like 151 because you." And she was just so insecure. It just fucked up. Like it was just hard to even deal with.
I had a similar situation where I went.
It was a big turn.
One of the first times I went to Virginia Beach, I left my phone charger. My phone died. When I finally got the charger back, like on Sunday, I had like 87 voicemails. It was like 87 different personalities she called me with.
God damn. So
She was hot.
I think that right there is a big turn off. Like you gotta be secure in yourself. I mean, the thing is, there's gonna be times when she ain't at everybody. To be honest with you. But then you gotta weigh your fear versus your trust. And if you got more fear than trust, that may not be the relationship.
Exactly. You can't have trust. If you cannot have a relationship without trust. And every relationship, you have to be friends first. First. And that's what I think a lot of folks are skipping the process of getting to know a person before they get in a relationship or even getting to bed with them. I mean, ladies, don't get me wrong. You know, everybody loves a good time. But y'all, like Dave Chappelle said a few decades ago, if pussy was a stock right now, it'd be plummeting. Because you flooding the market with it. You're giving it away too easy. These niggas make them work for the booty because they have no game.
Not too much work. I got that.
I mean, now see, we got game. We got conversation skills. We can talk our way in. But these young dudes, they don't know how to talk to anybody.
They sold $40.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They so used to just giving up 40 or going on OnlyFans and, booking a session. So I mean, ladies, make these dudes listen to what they say. Only reason I'm saying this because I got a niece. I got a 16-year-old niece now. I got to get ready to get my get back to the range. I mean, get everything. Yeah, I got to get my target back on. But so I got to try to educate her on niggas because niggas ain't shit. I used to be one of them.
Think about this, like I even tried to teach my sisters and stuff. But one of my sisters, she got knocked about a bum ass nigga.
Niggas ain't shit.
I mean,
Think about this.
There's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you can do about it. It just sucks.
Like, yo, did not I teach you grasshopper? And did not you learn anything? And you still got knocked about bum ass nigga? I mean, it happens. But like the insecurity though, like if female you insecure, it's a turn off to a man. Like we like crazy to a extent.
We don't even really like it like that. We just can deal with it.
Yeah, to an extent. Like,
Yeah.
hey, when you start going, nah.
So I mean, it all comes down to, like I said, male and female. Find out who you are.
What's the craziest thing a female ever did?
Yeah, to an extent.
Yeah, I really had too many crazy things, but the craziest thing I had happen was I was breaking up with a chick, and she didn't want to leave until she basically sucked my dick because she know how much I love her and suck my dick, and she was like, "I'm not leaving. I need closure." Once you tell me that I'm not going to give you what you want, I had to physically lift her up, put her outside of my door, and close the door in her face.
After she gave you head?
Nah, because I had another chick in the house I was about to hit anyway. So
So if the other chick wasn't there,
I probably would have.
After she gave you head?
That was in my younger days, But yeah,
last week.
Chick wasn't there.
That's really the craziest thing I've had. 'Cause I've never
I know you
had
got
that.
motherfuckers posting about you.
I mean, that ain't really crazy. That's normal in my world. That's normal in my world.
Normal shit.
It's just because I don't understand some women. I don't because you somebody chiming in. you be honest. They say you want honesty. They want you to be upfront. I know sometimes I'm too honest. I get that. I know, but I'm telling you what it is. Either you can deal with it or you can't. I'm the same way. If you got some things in your past that you bring up, either I can deal with it or I can't. At least give me the opportunity, then I'll make my decision. And we can still be friends or we can continue to move forward. But all the bullshit games and situationships and subliminal posts and, thinking it's too soon to do something or whatever. I'm like,
So the funniest thing ever happened to a chick, that chick did, craziest thing is, I had a chick, I was in her, I was doing dog shit. So this chick who I was fucking with,
The funny thing ever happened to a chick that chick did.
showed up at my mother's house
I had a chick.
with her father to meet my mom.
oh shit.
So this chick.
So my mom called me and was like,
showed up at my mother's house
yo, this crazy ass girl is here.
with her father.
And she with her father and they want to meet you. And I was like,
So my mom.
I was living with my mother and my grandma.
Mm.
So once, some nights I'd be at my mom's house and I'd be at my grandmother's.
Yeah.
My mother told me, I was like, well, you need to get in my job.
And I was like, so I was living.
I'm going down the highway at that speed.
Oh,
You shouldn't even have told me that. If you'd have never called me, I'd have just walked into it and dealt with it. But you should have never told me that they were there because I'm not going in.
that's crazy. I've had situations with that. That's the thing that's funny. I've had situations with dads when I've met them for the first time, and they all give you that, I'm protecting my daughter, yada yada yada. But by the end of the conversation, by the end of the
Wait a
night,
minute. So the dad showed up with 240s in his pocket.
he's like, I heard about you. He's like, nigga, I heard about you. I'm bringing you a beer, nigga. I'm bringing you a 40. I heard you be drinking.
Nigga, I ain't want that shit.
Yeah, man. I'm always cool with the dads once they get to know me and we talk. By the end of the night, they like, you all right, guy. So yeah, I've never really had the issue with the dads and shit. Nah, husbands, that's a different story.
Yeah, because that means you're fucking somebody that's married.
Once unknowingly, once knowingly, okay. All right.
So you say you've done it more than once.
Once unknowingly.
you've done it more than
By knowing I had the option of making that decision. So once, yes. 2 times by no power of my own. Yeah, that's the story and I'm sticking to it. But yeah, man. Fellas, I advise you don't do the married wife thing. It's not a good look.
What is the worst thing you ever done to a female?
I mean, as in retaliation or just
Man, nigga, you got categories?
yeah, I got categories for everything, man. It's never simple, man. It's always some type of side story, the reason why I did what I had to do, man. I do what I have to do to protect myself, man. But let's see. That was worse for me. That wasn't worse for her.
This nigga got categories.
I'm just saying, it bit me in the ass, so it wasn't really, a good situation. I didn't benefit anything from it.
This nigga got categories.
Guess when the chick bought me bought the Cadillac for me, and I still had like 2 other cars. When the engine went out, I just gave it back to her.
Damn.
Yeah, she got it fixed up enough to trade it in or get rid of it. But I was like, this joint in your name. I'm about to go get my truck. I'll see you later.
Nigga, that's some cold shit.
I told you, man, I wasn't shit back in the day, dog. I told you, man. I'm a
What day
changed
was
man.
this, Tuesday?
Monday, damn it, leave me alone. Yeah, man, I've done some fucked up shit. That's why, I understand, people make mistakes. But you got to recognize those mistakes and learn from them and don't repeat them. That's one thing I can say. I haven't repeated those mistakes anymore. Had to break the cycle.
No, I ain't never getting no Cadillac. I remember I had a cell phone in a chick's name.
I had like 6.
I had like 2, but a couple times, both times,
Nah, I ain't never
I
been
just
no cab.
stopped
I
paying the
remember I
bill.
had a
That's the
belt
thing that was
collector.
sweet. The bill to be due. I put one down, grab another one, and she'll pay the bill, and just go through the cycle like that. Like, hey, this bill need to be paid. I'm gonna have to grab the other number. Okay, cool. I got it.
I just
Sweet.
stopped paying the bill.
Beautiful. It was a beautiful situation. Man. That's when life was simple, man. You know, late '90s, early 2000s, man. Never gonna be like that again, bro. Never gonna be like that.
You a cold ass dude.
I was.
Yo, this is Keys flexing.
Y'all know I'm on
You a cold dude.
Cold as ice, baby.
You a cold ass dude.
Let's get it.
Yo, this is Keys flexing.
Came up from 9.
Good segue, fuck it.
Different nights.
Lost track of time because I didn't know what time it was anyway.
I hit your phone, best believe that shit'll play. Just depending on the day. Never run the same bridge. You think you gon' need it? Never take it personal. Just like shit, it don't bring no friends. And if you get some arrow, 214, I know them. They can trade. That's my bro. Rest in peace. Dolo. Back in the air. I'm getting mileage. Bitch, I'm flying. I'm in the cockpit. Perkin system. I got power. So much money. Need it counting. Yeah. Nice. I came up from 9. Nice. I came up from some. I'ma go blow me back. Fuck out all the tags. Baby, it's on my neck. Into the face. What you gonna do with that money? That shit in the song. Just on the song. Jumpy got my sound right. Empty, and no black. All I hear is relax. I can't take my foot, stay next. Fuck all them criminals, man. Shit in that rag. I'm getting to the money. Tell me, what did you expect? Not talking money somewhere, it's a disconnect. You know my game, too fly nigga, that's the set. I'm stacking bands in time to flex. Different days, different nights.
Yo, Keys is out right now on all digital platforms. Okay.
I came up from
He just dropped the video for this.
Yo, Jesus is out right now on all digital platforms.
I'm catching different flights.
Okay.
I came up from there.
He just dropped the video for this joint.
I came up from some.
So if she loves you, that means she's gonna raise her credit for you.
In my past, I would say yes.
If you love her, do you raise your credit for her?
Not what my credit is right now. I couldn't charge a ticket right now.
Oh shit.
Shit fucked up. But I'm working on some things.
What you got going on Monday?
As always, bring you the best DC sports coverage around. We talking about the Capitals. They're currently playing Boston. In fact, let me check the score. I totally forgot. And I forgot to set my DVR, damn it. That sucks. I hate when I do that.
Lovely.
Capitals actually up 3-0 after the first period. I'm about to set my DVR now, even though I missed the first period. But we'll be talking Capitals, of course. We'll be talking about the Nationals and their slow start. I believe they're 1-4, 1-5 now after getting swept by the Dodgers, the World Series champs from last year. And we'll be talking Wizards. And if any football news comes up, we'll bring you that coverage also. Go check out the website. Like I said, Robbie's redesigned some things, got some new stuff up there, some new software. SportsOTHP.com. Click the link, SportsOTHP Apparel. Or you can hit me up for this design, sponsored Eric Kusa. Or you can get some of the District of Champions gear, some of the other merchandise we have on there to help support the movement. Looking for a new car, used, pre-owned, certified, come holler at me down Waldorf Honda, 2450 Crane Highway. If you're looking to make that deal, get a nice vehicle, safe, and without haggling, without all the stress of buying a car, come holler at me down at Waldorf Honda, 2450 Crane Highway, across from the Lowe's and the Popeyes. Best deals around.
And if you got a thug child that wears white beaters and bad feet and is looking for his daddy,
Yeah. Bring a DNA test.
You know,
I need
if
proof.
you got a thug
I ain't just
child
claiming anybody.
that wears white beaters and bad feet and
Ray, you already know people since you cleaning his gun, that's your child.
Yeah, true. If it's a 45, anything smaller than that, then we got a problem.
You know, you really do have problems.
you already know if he wants to
You really do have problems.
Like, nah, dog, we don't carry no 380s around here, dog. You don't belong to me. Get up out of here, so nah, it ain't gonna happen.
You know, you really do have
You ain't my son.
You really do have
You know, everything does not have to be so violent.
Life is hard.
Oh, before we get about it, I'm gonna play this
everything does not have to be so violent.
OCA sax joint. But I don't know if you've been watching. You know, John Jones Bones, who was middleweight champion, or light heavyweight champion in the UFC, he's bulking up.
But
He wants to fight heavyweight.
John Jones Bones.
He's been phenomenal in his middleweight, light heavyweight. But he wants to bulk up and try to fight.
He's bulking up.
Now, DC, he did it, and John Jones has beat him, and Randy Couture actually became a heavyweight champion, and then he ran into Brock Lesnar.
DC, he did it.
UFC, MMA. I really don't follow that, so they got Paul the boxing guy. I got to get up with him. He's been still down in North Carolina, still in quarantine and all that good stuff.
He's probably making more babies.
I hope not. He got enough already. He finally got some of them growing up, but then he still got a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old now. So
Yeah, see,
he done really started all over.
They must don't have cable or fire stick.
They out there in North Carolina, dog. You know, I think they just started just getting used to just having babies, man.
Barbecue and sex.
Yeah, let me get some of that barbecue, baby. Put it on your booty. Come here, let me eat it all day. Yeah, it's gonna try to see when we get Paul the boxing guy back on. It's been a while to talk some boxing. I actually was watching some boxing last night on Showtime, the 115-pound championship fight. It was a hell of a fight. Two little small dudes just going at it in the middle of the ring. It was hell of a fight. I didn't see the rest of the card because I ended up throwing some ones, but that's another story. But yeah, we're gonna see when we get Paul the boxing guy on the next time.
You saw boxing at the strip club?
No, I was there. I was watching boxing before I went to the strip club. And I just saw the first. Man. I think it was like 2 more fights on there.
But an ass called you.
Yeah, you know, DJ hit me up, asked me if I coming through. I was
So
like,
DJ made
yeah, you know, I was gonna stay home. He's like, man, you come on through, man. I can buy you a drink. I was like, yeah, all right, fuck it. I'll go through and buy a drink.
And then
Ate some wings, threw some ones, got up out of there about 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. You know, it happens sometimes.
seems like it happens been a lot lately.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I ain't spend that much this time. Now last week that was a whole different story. But you know, selling cars, things kind of happen like that.
Seems like it happens been a lot lately.
Yeah, gotta stay out of there.
Lord knows if the CP3 gets a super duper commission check, we know what he's doing.
I already told you, if I get that nice check, I'm copping me a bottle of Louis the 13th. And yeah, that's $1,500 a bottle. And yeah, I'm gonna have some fun with that. That shit is like.
I know that.
I had it once, like 15 years ago, and I could still taste it now, though. Shit is like the smoothest thing in the world, man. $1.50 a shot at the bar, man. Shit's crazy. But
For a shot? It come with some free hand?
nah, I wish it did. I'd have topped the night off perfect. Sipping on some Louis, getting some dome at the bar. Yeah.
Nigga, did you say
I know, $1.50 a shot.
Nigga, you add one more dollar,
I didn't
that's my
pay.
name.
Yeah, I didn't pay for it. I wasn't paying it, but I couldn't afford it. But even I could afford it, I wasn't paying $1.50 a
Nigga,
shot.
did you say
But I actually, you know,
$1.50 a shot?
hang with some folks that's been in, you know,
Add one more dollar, that's
some
my name.
professional leagues. And, you know, they come in town sometime and have parties, and sometimes I used to get invited. So you know, it was, you know, had some good times. Like I say, stay tuned for the web series, man. It got a lot of interesting shit that I went through.
Man, you should get to go up there.
Hey
You got me taking classes so I can do this shit the right way.
man, it's gonna be a good. And if you're looking to get into acting, looking to get out there on social media, hit us up. We need a nice, sexy actress slash model
Yeah, we do
to
need some
do the
sexy
web
actors
series.
for
Yeah.
some skits and stuff. Gotta have that. Gotta be able to be fun. It can't be stuck up.
And some of the independent artists that come on, you said you got video girls, man. Some of them got to have some real talent besides just looking good. Hit us up. Let us know. I'll let you boys.
Yeah, you know, they gotta be able to read because it's gonna be a script.
Yeah, yeah. We trying to diversify our portfolio. You know, they got to at least be able to read the portfolio. You know, that'll help big time.
I don't do sign
They got
language
to be able
unless
to
it's the
read
middle
because it's
finger.
gonna be a script.
OCA stacks miracle.
Portfolio, you know, they got at least be able to read the portfolio.
I don't do sign
Yo.
language unless it's the middle finger. OCA stacks miracle.
I swear I got the hottest music in the DMV. Independent artist wise.
Yo. I swear I got the hottest music in the
Come on.
Nigga, what it do? Shit ass nigga, bro, you know that I don't fuck with you. Keep that fake love, it ain't no point in even coming through. Got him in that lane, so he don't think he put it through. Look me in my eyes when I'm talking.
Let's go, y'all.
Just to eat the packet, I need some Henny and no water too.
OCA stack.
But ain't God know what I'm going through. Gotta cut off notice and cross the ripples.
Okay.
Mom's on my head, they say my daughter's true. I just said a couple dollars so that she could bring it true. Never had no shit to prove, just a lot of shit to lose. Swear to God, a nigga try me, it's gonna make it working new. Found out it's a burden with this server like it's 92. P.O. won't let me leave this thing, cause I keep breaking all the rules. In a super society, but they treat me like I'm psycho too. You just smoking cookies, now I'm stuck on this gorilla. You my niggas getting out, but that just mean they getting rid of you. Mentally, emotionally, my bitch is getting physical. They told me I got it, how I kill these niggas very cool. God, they let me die, May 29, this shit a miracle.
Okay. Come on.
Let me die, May 29, this shit a miracle.
Let's go. Let's go.
Smoking cookies, now I'm stuck on this gorilla through the rap.
Come on.
They told me I got it, how I kill these niggas lyrical.
Yo, IG, OG, you made the brand. Cut their clothes off. Okay.
You all be grind, really witness these situations one too many times. Let it be known, niggas know that I ain't hard to find. Don't type my name and Google search, thinking nigga line. And if I see it and I want it, then a nigga grind.
That's what we do.
I can't wait to try my tutor to go fuck with shine. Before this turning, I'ma spank them with this baby now. Been waiting for the line so I can call it mine. God, they let me die, May 29, this shit a miracle.
Okay.
OCA
OCA stacks. What up?
They told me I got these niggas lyrical.
Okay.
They let me die, May 29, this shit a miracle.
What up?
I'm about to give y'all another OCA stack. I'm feeling generous. Y'all can thank me. Yo, real. Hottest playlist in the city, man. Y'all can't fuck with. I'm being modest.
I'm about to give y'all.
CP3, you think they can fuck with me, dog?
Not at all, man. Not at all. It's too intricate and too in depth the collection that you got. It's crazy.
I'm being modest. CP3, you think they can fuck with me, dog?
Let's go.
Let's go.
The song is based on CP3's life story in the 20s.
This song is based on CP3's life story in his 20s.
I'm on.
When I be in the trenches, asking all these questions for guns and these extensions. You know I really love you, but you need to mind your business. You don't want to kill my cousin, I can't let him catch me. So when I'm in the trash, they don't got the shit. Things all around me, you won't be no rest in peace. You got a cold switch, 'cause you know that I got I don't like the vibe, it's that bitch under the sea. So when I'm in the trash, they don't got the shit. Things all around me, you won't be no rest in peace. You got a cold switch, 'cause you know that I got
Want a nigga in the seat, gotta be a bitch. Want a nigga fuck, tryna put me on a leash. Every trap out of a house, yeah, what we running through.
Yo, Hopefully, yeah, she's killing this shit, bro. A lot of y'all niggas need to step y'all game.
Yo, Hopefully, Snap keep killing this shit, bro. A lot of y'all niggas need to step y'all game up.
And he got the voice, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for real. Hopefully ain't fat. Yeah, y'all ain't fucking with that nigga, for real.
And he
Y'all
got
can't fuck with him. Hold on, wait.
like for real. Hopefully ain't that. Y'all ain't fucking with that.
Man. Alright, I think I didn't give y'all niggas enough.
Y'all can't fuck with this nigga.
I think I gave them enough. You think so, CP3?
Yeah, that's enough. We give him some more next week and get Lady Antoinette back.
That's cool. That's cool. And CP3 will probably have another adventure from the
I
strip
think
club.
I gave them enough.
No, I probably not. I'm trying not to. Try not to.